I lost to this 2022 guy, and he played extremely good and logical, so I thought I would go ahead and analyze it properly. So this is the end position, obviously losing for white, but let's try to find the last mistake that I made that makes all the difference. Sorry, hiccups. That makes all the difference between a lost position and a playable position. Of course, this is all lost. My position is stuck. So where did I go wrong? By this point, it's very clear that I am losing because of his threat knight takes e4, and then I cannot defend my center pawns. Even here, my position is probably losing because I need to be able to advance d4, e4, e5, but it's not really possible because of this bishop takes f4, and I cannot play b4 nor g4 ever. So again, where did I go wrong? My e5 is probably not necessary. It could be better to take or something. So take, king takes, or how about queen takes to kind of attack the f5 pawn, right? But still, my position is much worse. I need to be able to play e5, but he will just play bishop takes h4 and then queen takes f5, and it's over. So where did I go wrong? My theory is that e6 is actually somehow my last mistake. The reason why is because he can completely control e5 and the dark square diagonals. So e6 is a mistake because it creates, I guess, kind of like weak dark squares in the center. Also, pyramids are not that good if black does not have a pawn in front of my pawn, because the open e7 square allows him sometimes to play knight e7 and sacrifice on d5 or f5 to create more weak squares. So instead of e6, maybe I should play even g6 is interesting, but then maybe he just goes f6. I can consider like f6 right now, and he has some options, like he can take, how about take this way? Something like this, right? And then maybe my position is okay. If he takes here, my position should still be okay, I believe. Maybe. I will just play d5, d4, d3, d2, then e5, f5, and I think it's playable. that sums up the middle game analysis. In short, I lost because of move 11 e6. At least seems to be the case. But let's just check out the opening real quick. I began with e5 and he played d6, and then I took twice on d6. And now I play this move a5. It's a required move to stop black from playing a5. If we allow black to play a5, then the game is over because he will just play knight d7, knight b6, and put a rook on the 4th rank. So I play this move a5, but black should be winning just because he can build a fortress. Something like, what's the best move here? Maybe bishop takes a6 is logical, but also some move like f6 right now and queen c7 to control the c5 and e5 squares. And in this opening, white is pretty much forced to sacrifice material at some point, and black should probably force a win without question. Nonetheless, I guess that white can play this opening idea sometimes. It's kind of good, like this idea with taking twice on d6. Normally you should play something like h5, but for some games against some players you can take twice on d6 and play a5. That kind of reminds me, so I shaved earlier today as some sort of mating behavior, I suppose. Not like a mating strategy, but like sexual expression. I don't know how to explain. Because my girlfriend's menstrual cycle sometimes desires younger, caretaking type of guy, and other times an older, aggressive guy. So I thought I kind of did some calculations in my head that maybe her cycle right now is going to be preferring a younger looking guy for a while, maybe. I mean, a week at least. The point is, like, I think as white you should have several opening ideas that you know how to play, because the start position should win by force for black, and you need to introduce multiple flavors against your competition. Anyway, in conclusion, I lost this game because of move 11 e6. Pretty crazy, right? And how to explain it, right? Well, just based on what happened afterwards in the game, just all his moves were super logical, and he controlled all the dark squares, and I could not advance my pawns, and my center was weak, and then from that point on, my position got stuck. Anyway, thank you. That's it. Take care.